Hello friends, hello. Welcome to our channel where we are presenting lessons in mathematics. Okay, like you keep on saying, these lessons are meant for people that are doing the ECZ exams, but that does not exclude any other person that feels that or that sees that these lessons that we are presenting are very beneficial. Please, in this presentation, we want to see how we can solve the 2020 GCE Mathematics Paper 2. Alright? Okay, so I'll take you through these questions. Please get your pen, paper, calculator, and let's enjoy these things together. Okay, so now we are going to deal with section A. Section A has got 52 marks, and you must answer all the questions, alright, in this paper. 52 marks. So we are going to do question 1A. Right. Okay, so that's the question. Okay, copy it, then we do it together. Okay. Okay, so question 1 reads, this is question 1. Given that matrix A is equal to 7, 9, 4p, and 5p, right? Now, Roman numeral 1, we are asked to find the value of p for which the determinant is negative 2. Alright, so we need to find the value of p for which the determinant is negative 2. So now, for us to find the determinant, we need to multiply these elements here minus the product of those elements. And when we do that, we have been told that the determinant is what? Negative 2. So I can say negative 2 is equal to 7 by 5p. Alright? Minus 9 by 4p. Alright? So this is negative 2 is equal to 7 by 5. P is 35p. Alright? This will be minus because we won't have positive signs. So 9 by 4p, we have got 36p. Okay. So now say negative 2 is equal to 5p minus 36p, we have negative 1p. Alright? Which is negative p. Okay. But now, we want to find p and not negative p. So we can divide by negative 1 by negative 1. This implies that therefore p will be equal to negative will be positive. So p becomes what? 2. So note that your A, you just have to note this one. Your A is 7, 9. Now you're going to say 2 by 4, that is 8. Alright? 5 by 2, that is 10. In actual sense, this is our matrix for A, but this is our answer. Okay? Hope that is okay. We'll go to the second part, which is Roman numeral 2. Hence, find the inverse. Now, the inverse of A, or say A inverse, is equal to 1 over determinant of A by adjoint. Alright? Of A. Okay? That's how we get that one. So we are going to say the inverse of A is equal to 1 over, what is the determinant of A? The determinant of A is negative 2. You need to take note. Sometimes people tend to mix up these things. So it's negative 2. Alright? Then you say, open the bracket. Now, the adjoint of A is found by interchanging the positions here of the elements in the major diagonal. So this goes here and this goes the other side. So we have 10 here and somewhere here you have got 7. But for the minor diagonal, we multiply by negative. So when we multiply by negative here, we have negative 9. And when we multiply by negative there, you have negative 8. This is your inverse. If you want, you can multiply, right? But this is the answer. So that's the solution to the first question. This is A. Need to take note. This is A. Okay? Question 1A. Okay, so we go to B now. Alright, so this is our second question. Please, you can pause the video and copy it. Alright, pause the video and copy it. Okay. Okay, so B, at B now. The question reads, Mutola and Mwambi were selected as members of the netball team. The probability of selecting Mutola is 7/8. So the probability of selecting Mutola is equal to 7/8. So meaning that if this is Mutola, if the probability of selecting this person, this is O, is this one, then the probability of not selecting him or this person, alright, not Mutola, we are going to say this is the 7/8. It means I'm ending with 1. So we are going to say 1/8. Alright? Or you can say the total probability minus this one. You arrive at this, or you get this one as your answer. Then we are also told that and that of selecting Mwambi, so the probability of selecting Mwambi is equal to what? 9/10. Meaning that again the probability of not selecting Mwambi. Alright? The total here is 10, so we can say 1/10. Or we say the total probability, which is 1, minus this one, you'll be able to get that. Okay? So the probability of getting this person is this, and not getting that person is that. Probability of getting Mwambi 9/10. Probability of not selecting him is 1/10. Now, Roman numeral 1. Right. Find the probability that only one of them is selected. Alright? So here is grammar. You need to understand the grammar. Now, we want the probability of selecting only one of them. So that means that you are going to select Mutola. What is the probability of selecting Mutola and not this one? Alright? What is the probability of, so we are given the probability of selecting Mutola, alright, and not Mwambi, for example. Alright? So we want just one of them. So you can select this one and not getting Mutola. You can select Mutola and not selecting Mwambi, or the other way around. Alright? So we can select Mutola and not Mwambi. Alright? Or we select Mwambi. We select Mwambi and not Mutola. These are the available options. Is it okay? Okay, so we are saying these are the available options. We select Mutola and not Mwambi, or you select Mwambi and not Mutola. So now, here we are going to say, what's the probability of selecting Mutola? The probability of selecting Mutola is 7/8. We are saying and. Alright? So we say times the probability of not selecting Mwambi. Okay? What's the probability of not selecting Mwambi? Is 1/10. Okay? Plus this word or, we are going to say the probability that is this or that. So say plus. Okay? Meaning that these what we call Okay, so these are what we call mutually exclusive events. Alright? Either this or that. So now, for this one, for the probability of 1b, what's the probability of 1b? 9 over 10. Alright? By the probability of Nochi Mutola. Alright? Nochi Mutola is 1 over 8. So we say 1 over 8. Of course, these you can put them in brackets. Alright? Then here we say this by that. 7 by 1 is 7. Alright? Then divided by this by that is 80. 80. Plus 9 by 1, 9. Divided by this by that is 80. Alright? So this is equal to, we maintain the denominator which is 80. Then we add the numerator. This plus that you have got 16. So you can find a number that can go into 16 and 80. So say 16 into 16, I think it's 1. Then 16 into 80, I think it is 5. So this is our probability. Okay, that is our probability. This is Roman numeral 1. So Roman numeral 2. Find the probability that none of them is selected. Okay? Probability that none of them is selected. What are we saying? It is the probability that we don't select Mtola and we don't select Mwambi. Alright? So probability that Mtola, or we say not probability of not selecting Mtola, not Mtola, alright, and not Mwambi, none of them. Alright? So what's the probability that we are going to select none of them? Not this one and not that one. Okay? Alright, so we are going to say what's the probability of not selecting Mutola? Mutola is 1 over 8. Alright? And so we say times. What's the probability of not selecting Mwambi? Mwambi is 1 over 10. Alright? So when you multiply here, you've got 1 over here, you've got what? 80. So these are the two probabilities. Those are the two probabilities. And we are done with the question 1. So I'll take you now to question 2. Okay, this is the second question. You copy both. Okay, so you can copy this one, pause the video and copy. Okay. Alright. Alright, so question 2. Where A, we are asked to simplify y plus 1 divided by y squared minus 1. Now, when you are asked to simplify a fraction, where possible you can cancel, you can divide for common factors and divide. But realize that here we cannot find the common factors direct. Hence we think of other methods such as methods of factorization. You say, you look at this one and check if we have a way of factorizing this. And you realize that when you factorize that one, you remain with that one, or you're able to factorize that one. Alright? But for this one, because of the power 2, you check this now. Power 2 and the minus, you can check this. If the property that holds here also holds there. So here, you have 1 to the power 2. Are you able to express this to a power 2? Yes. 1 to the power 2 is what? 1. Alright? So meaning that this is the same as y squared minus 1 squared. Okay? That's what we are saying. So now, we are going to say this is equal to y plus 1 divided by Now, y squared minus 1 squared can be written as y plus 1 and y minus 1 when that is factorized by the difference of two squares. Alright? Then you are going to say, what is y plus 1 into y plus 1 is 1. Into this one, it is the 1. Take note as the 1. Most of you tend to forget. You just write y minus 1. It's not correct. Alright? On top there we have 1. So, we are going to say, our answer is equal to 1 divided by 1 times y minus 1 is y minus 1. And this is our answer. Alright? For the first question. Okay? Please take note, you don't need to copy this. Alright? So, that is our answer. So, we go to B. Okay, so, B. We are saying the sum of n terms of a GP is given by, so it's like we have Sn is equal to what? 10 minus 10 over 2 to the power n. Okay. So, Roman numeral 1, find the sum of the first 4 terms. Sum. Alright, so to find the sum, our n here, we are saying n is what? 4. Okay? So we'll say S4 is equal to 10 minus 10 over 2 to the power 4. So this is the S4. Sum of the first 4 terms is equal to 10 minus 10 over 2 to the power 4. We get 16. Okay? We get 16. At this point, if you want, you can even use the calculator or you can proceed and say, okay, maybe you reduce this. You can say S4 is equal to 10 minus. Okay, so you can find a number that can divide into both numbers 10 and 16, and I think the number is 2. So 2 here is 5, 2 there is what? 8. Right? So here you can introduce a 1, then you go for the lowest common denominator. So say S4 is equal to, our lowest common denominator is 8. Alright? Or the denominator is 8. So you multiply this by that. 10 by 8, okay? You can go for 80, actually it's 80, alright? 80 minus 1 by 5, you have got 5. This is equal to 80 minus 5, you have 75 over 8, okay? That is our answer for that one. Then we can go to Roman numeral 2. Alright? So we are saying find the first term. We want to find the first term. How do we get it? Okay, so we've been told that the sum is given by 10 minus 10 divided by 2 to the power n. Now, we can make some assumptions here. Suppose we are dealing with only one number, which is maybe 4, alright? Its sum is the same one, it's the same 4. So maybe we say, what is the sum of the first 1 terms? Okay? So we say 10 minus 10 over 2 to the power 1. Now, this is equal to 10 minus 10 over 2. Okay, so S1 is equal to 10 minus this into that, 2 into 10 is 5. Alright, so 10 minus 5, you have got 5. That is the first term. Okay, that is our first term. But now, our interest here is to get the first term. So what can we do? We can say, okay, let us try to get the second term. Okay? We try to get the second term. Alright, so we get the second term. Our interest is to get the first term. So we are going to say, okay, so we'll say the sum, alright, of the first two terms. Or maybe we say the formula for getting the sum of number of terms of a GP, you can use the standard one, which is A, then 1 minus R to the power N over 1 minus R to the power just 1 minus R. Alright? Now, if we want to find the sum of the first two terms, it means our A becomes 2. Okay? Alright? Becomes 2. That is our A. Then our A remains as what? 5. So we are going to say Sn is equal to 5, 1 minus our ratio here, then we say to the power 2, right? Over 1 minus R there. Okay? So we can say this is the Sn is 5, open the bracket. Okay. Okay, so therefore now we'll say this is 1. Now when you look at this one, we are saying this is the difference of two squares. So say 1 plus R, alright? Then 1 minus R divided by R minus 1. Okay, so this can cancel, so you have got Sn is equal to 5, open the bracket, we have 1 plus R. Okay, that is our expression. Okay? Okay, so please take note that this is our second term. Okay, this is just the general expression. This is the general expression for the second term. But we have a formula here for the sum. Alright? For finding the sum of a number of terms of a GP. So what we can do, we can use this guy to get the actual sum of the second the sum of the first two terms, then you equate it to that. So this is just like the general. Okay? So we are going to say that to get the actual one, or if you want it, we can start with this. You get the actual one, then equate to that. So you are going to say, to get the actual number of terms, the sum of the first two terms, we are going to say S, here where there is this one, we say S2 is equal to 10 minus 10 over 2 to the power what? N here is 2. Okay? So we are going to say this is 10 minus 10 over 4. Okay? Then we are going to say here we can combine this and say this is over 1, then our denominator will be 4. Okay? This by that is 40, minus this by that will be 10. Okay? So we say S2, the sum of the second term, the sum of the first two terms, alright, is equal to, that will be 30. 30 divided by what? 4. Okay? But we can try to reduce this. Maybe by finding 2, which will be our common factor. 2 here is a 15. 2 here is a 2. So look, we are saying the sum of the first two terms, the actual sum is this one. Alright? So the actual sum is this. But the general expression here for the sum of the first two terms was this one. Meaning that one and this one, they are the same. Okay? So we can use the this and that so that we get the common ratio. When we get the common ratio now, we should be able now to get all the terms because we know the first term. Okay? So what we are going to do is, We are saying the sum here is 15 over 2, but the general expression is this one. So we are going to say 5, open the bracket, 1 plus r is equal to, this is equal to this one. 5, 15 over what? 2. Okay? So what we can do here, you can multiply, because we don't want the 5. So we can multiply by the multiplicative inverse, which is 1 over 5. Here 1 over 5. Okay? So that this and this one will cancel, but 1 plus r is equal to 5 into 5 is 1. 5 here, you have got 3, so you have got 3 over 2. Okay? Then we can find r here by saying r is equal to 3 over 2 minus 1. Take note, this is a positive sign. So say over 1. This will be equal to, you multiply this by that will be 2 when you get the lowest common denominator. Then this by that is 3 minus this by that is 2. Alright? 3 minus 2, you have 1 over 2. So our common ratio is what? Is 1 over 2. Okay? Now, what we are going to do is, we know our first term. So T1 is equal to what? We got 5. Is it? Okay, yes, we got 5. This is it. A is 5. The sum of the first term we got 5. So A is 5. So A is 5. So say the second term is found by saying first term, which is 5, by the common ratio, 1 over 2. Okay, so here it will be 5 over 2. Okay? The third term, so say T3 is equal to the second term by this. So say 5 over 2 by 1 over 2. So here when you multiply your 5 over 4. The fourth term, T4, is equal to the third term by the common ratio. So you have 5 over 4 by 1 over 2. So when you multiply this, you have got 5 over 8. So it simply means that now this GP has the following numbers or terms. Okay? Alright? Take note? Okay, so I think here, let me just type right from here. So you have, if I could write here, that you're able to see it, we are going to have, the first term is 5, then the second term is 5 over 2, the third term is 5 over 4, the fourth term is 5 over 8. Okay, so that should be the answer for that one. Okay, so we are done with the second question. We go to question 3. Okay, so this is the second question. Third question. Can you copy? Pause the video, please copy. All right. Okay. Okay, so the first question under question 3, or let me say question 3a, right? We are asked to solve the equation 2x to the power 2 minus 3x minus 7. The answer is 0. You need to give your answer correct to 2 decimal places. Now, you need to know that this is a quadratic equation, and on the first page here, there is a formula that is given to you, where they have said x is equal to negative b plus or minus the square root of b squared minus 4ac, everything divided by 2a. Alright? Now, for you to solve this one, you must make sure that the question or the equation is in standard form, meaning that you have got a, b, and c. Then thereafter, you identify these. A. What is A? A is the coefficient of a variable that has power 2, regardless of the position. So this to the power 2, and ensure that the equation is in standard form. So x to the power 2, alright? Its coefficient here is a 2, that is A. Alright? B is the coefficient of a variable that has got a degree of 1, a power of 1. Alright? So here we have, take note, this is a plus, this is plus, this is plus. So our B is 3. And our C is negative what? 7. Then we begin the substitution. So we are going to say, find X. Say X is equal to negative. What is my B? My B is 3. So I can put 3 direct. But if we had a negative, we should have put it in brackets. But like that, it's okay. Plus or minus the square root of B. B is 3. So 3 squared minus 4 times A. What is our A? Our A is 2. Alright, times. What is our C? Our C is negative 7. Alright, you divide everything by 2 times what? A. What is our A? A is 2. So now, what you need in an exam is you can say negative 3 plus or minus. You work out everything that is in the brackets. Okay? To make your job easy. Alright, so work out everything that is in the brackets. So here, when you work out everything, you need to use a calculator here. You get 65. Just punch the way it is on your calculator. Alright? If you want, you can do it here one by one. Then you divide this by what? By 4. Okay. Then what we are going to do again, we don't want to waste time on an exam. So you are going to say negative 3 plus the square root of 65. Alright? Negative 3 plus the square root of 65. Okay. Then that answer that we find, we divide it by 4 direct. Alright? Okay. So we divide, so the answer here is 5.062257 7483. Okay? We are saying you divide this by what? By 4. But in an exam, let me skip this stage. You divide everything directly by 4 so that you get the answer. Because you have a lot of steps to take. So we divide this by 4. Okay. By 4. You have got 1.26554. There are some numbers, you can write all of them. Then we round off these two decimal places. Say 1, 2, you cut here and consider this one as 1. 1 plus 6, 7. So you have got 1.27. This is our answer. Or we say negative 3 minus the square root of 65. Okay? Negative 3 minus the square root of 65. Now here, I want us to go, I'll write down the final answer here. I'll skip this step, you can do it. Okay? So you say negative 3 minus the square root of 65. Okay. You get about negative 11 point something. That answer should be divided by 4. What do we get? Okay. Okay, so when you do that, I found the final answer here is negative 2.76556.4. There are some numbers there, you can write all of them. Then you round off that to 2 decimal places. I'm going to say 1, 2, you cut here and consider this one as 1 plus that should be 7. 1 plus 6 should be 7. So negative 2.77. Please take note, these are our answers. So I say, therefore, XC is equal to 1.27 or negative 2.77. That is our answer. Just have to make sure that you use the calculator correctly. Okay. Then we go to B. We go to B. Okay, so Roman numeral 1. Given that there were 25 students altogether, find the value of X. Meaning that when you add everything, the answer must be equal to 25. That is 6. Okay, that is 6 plus 5 minus x plus x plus 4 minus x plus 2 plus 3 minus x plus 7. Answer should be 25. You have got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So you have got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, so you have to just do counter check. So what we can do is we can bring the numbers together. But look, you have negative x and x, this can cancel here. Alright? Then you have got 6 here, 5, 4, 3, 2, 3, and 7. Maybe let me just write them. 6 plus 5 plus 4 plus 2 plus 3 plus 7. Then you have negative x here. Alright, negative x, and you also have negative x. The answer must be 25. Okay, so what we are going to do is we add up everything from here up to there. What we get? Okay, so when we add up this, we get linking 27 minus negative x minus x is a negative of 2x. This is equal to 25. Meaning that when you group the right terms, you are going to have negative 2x is equal to 25 minus 27. Alright? So this is negative 2x is equal to negative 2. But our interest is to get x. So we divide by negative 2 by negative 2. So negative 2 and negative will cancel. X is equal to negative 2 into negative 2, you get a what? A 1. Alright? That is our answer. Okay. The second question under the same, that is Roman numeral 2. How many students studied mathematics and the chemistry only? Mathematics and the chemistry only. And there is an intersection. So, talking about mathematics and chemistry only, it is this region. Alright? That is the region for mathematics and the chemistry only. Meaning that we are saying for mathematics and chemistry only, it is 5 minus x. Alright? This is equal to 5 minus, what is our x? Our x there is a 1. So we are going to say 1. And the answer will be what? 4. Okay? That's what we are saying. Then B. One course only. How many students studied one course only? What does that mean? It simply means you go for the students that only took a particular course. That is mathematics only, chemistry only, or physics only. Alright? So you are going to say 6 plus 7 plus 2. Alright? So you are going to say, what is 6 plus 7? You get 13. 13 plus 2, you have 15. 15 students. Okay? Then we go to C. Okay. How many students studied chemistry and physics? Alright? Chemistry and physics. But not mathematics. This simply means you are dealing with those that studied chemistry and physics only. Alright? We want chemistry and physics but not mathematics. So when you look at those that studied chemistry and physics, it is this region. This one. But we are saying but not mathematics. So we only remain with 3 minus x. Okay? So you have got 3 minus x. Okay? So we say 3 minus, what is our x? Our x is 1. Alright? And we get what? 2. So 2 students studied chemistry and physics but not mathematics. Alright? Okay. That's where we end for this question. So this is the first question. You can pause the video, copy it. Okay? Pause the video, copy it. Okay? Alright. Alright, so let's deal with the fourth question. Question 4. The diagram below, the program below is given in the form of a pseudocode. Alright? You have start, enter radius, if radius is less than 0, so on and so forth, up to where they stop. Okay? Draw the corresponding flow chart for the information given above. So here where they start, you need to put an oval, so you're going to say start. Alright, you also write say start. Okay. Then you are saying enter radius. So you're going to say enter radius. So you have to bring down a parallelogram here. So okay, so you say enter radius, then you bring an arrow here. So from this step, the next one is we enter the radius. Okay? Then we are saying if radius is less than 0, then display error messages and message and re-enter positive radius. Now, if is a condition, so that will be represented by a diamond. So we'll say, okay, let me bring my arrow. Okay, then you put a diamond. Put your diamond here. Okay, take note what we do it. So we have this one. Okay, so we can do this. So instead of saying if, you're going to say is radius. Okay, we use small letter. We are saying enter radius, so you can say is radius less than 0. So you expect to answer yes, it is less than 0 or no. Okay, so you can say maybe yes. Alright? Yes here, then maybe here you can say no. Okay, so you can have no here. So take a note. I would rather this comes up here. Okay, so I'm going to say yes and no. Alright? So if you are saying if radius is less than 0, then display error message. It means you are saying yes, it is. Is radius less than 0? Yes. So what should happen? You are saying you say display error message. Okay. So this should be a parallelogram, a bigger one, of course. Okay, maybe can have something like that. Take note. That should be a parallelogram. So can have this one. There's an arrow here. Then you say yes. Okay. So what are we saying? We're going to say display error. You display error message. You display error message. And re-enter You enter positive radius. Then, so you must come here and the loop here, go back. So you have an arrow there and also an arrow coming down. So we are saying if he has the radius less than 0, then you come here. Alright? Else, that's why there is else here. Else enter slant height. So you are going to say, you enter slant height, say enter slant height. Alright? So as we are entering, you put this in a parallelogram. So you have something like that. Okay, so this is what we are going to have. Then, if slant height is less than 0, again there's a condition. So you bring down the diamond. You say is, instead of if, you're going to say is. Slant height is slant height less than 0. Okay? The answer could be yes or no. So if it is yes, we need to say if for sure slant height is less than 0, then display error message and re-enter positive slant height, just like this message. Alright, so we might have maybe a program like that. Okay, here take note is yes. We are saying display error message and re-enter positive slant height. Okay? Then again you come here, of course this should be the same line. Okay, so you come here and enter here, you loop. Okay, so there is an arrow there and an arrow, so you go back. Else, mean that if it's not, right? So if the slant height is less than 0, you come here. Otherwise, or else, you say area. Now, here you have been given a definition for finding the area. So by that means at this stage you must process. So you are going to write your rectangle there. Okay. Then you say area is equal to pi austeric radius, austeric, here is open bracket, r radius plus slant height, right? Okay. And if they display area, so come here and say we display area. Okay, we'll say display area. Okay, so this is how it's supposed to be written. There is an arrow here. Then you go to stop. So you put an oval here, then you say stop. Okay. So that is how you're going to do that one with an arrow there. Okay? So it means that one has been done conclusively. Then we can deal with the part B. Alright? Part B. What is part B? We are saying express, this is B, express 2 divided by 1 x minus 1 minus 3 over x 1 minus x, 1 minus x. Okay, so here we can get the denominator. So what we do, we can pick these x minus 1, right? You have x minus 1. Okay, so you cross multiply these two with that. So say 2, open the bracket, 1 minus x, you close, minus 3 by x minus 1, right? So now we distribute here. 2 by 1 is 2, positive 2 by x, negative 2x. Of course, this is negative. Then negative 3 by x, negative 3x. Negative 3 by negative 1 is plus 3. You divide it by x minus 1, x minus 1. Alright, this is equal to 2 plus 3. If you want, you can skip this side and just deal with it like terms. Minus 2x minus 3x. Alright, divided by x minus 1, x minus 1. Okay? Then here we'll say, what is 2 plus 3? You have 5 minus negative 2x minus 3x. You have 5x divided by x minus 1, then x minus 1. Okay? So this is where we've reached. This is not the final answer. We can still deal with it. Okay? Now, so what we are going to do is, we can look at what is common here. Alright? So, what is common here is 5. You can put out the 5. But, you can check what is down here. You have x which is positive and 1 which is negative. Alright? So, we can try to put out the negative 5 so that this will become positive. Alright? Or alternative, if you have a challenge, you can say, let me get what is common that you are able to see. Okay? So when you do that, you have got open the bracket. 1, 5 into 5, it is a 1. Minus 5 into 5x is what? X. Okay, I think this is, we are able to see. X minus 1, x, minus 1. Right? Take note here. Please take note. Take note here. This is x minus 1 and the 1 minus x. Alright? Okay? Okay, so take note. This is 1 minus x. Alright? So here is supposed to be 1 minus x. Alright? Even here, supposed to be 1 minus x. Here, supposed to be 1 minus x. Here, it's 1 minus x. Here, again, it's the 1 minus x. But what is on top here is not affected because you say this by that is this one, this by that is this. So when you work it out, you have that. So now we are saying, at this stage, look, you might think that okay, maybe this could be a final answer, but you try to check that look, this is the positive and this is negative. This is the negative and that is positive. Is there a way of converting this to be positive, to be negative? Okay, so again you can consider this one. Alright? We are saying this is positive and that is negative. This is negative and that is positive. But when you look at this one, this is positive and this is positive. This is negative and this is negative, meaning that these can be cancelled. Alright? So once you cancel your 5 over x minus what? 1 as your answer. Okay, that is our answer. Where possible, you cancel. Alright? So we go to the next question, which is question 5. Okay, we deal with question 3. We are saying answer the whole of this question on a sheet of plain paper. Okay. A1. Construct a quadrilateral PQRS in which QR is 6 centimeters, angle PQR is 90 degrees, then angle QRS is 120, RS is 7 centimeters, PQ is 10 centimeters. Okay, so the first thing that we need to do is to create what I call, what we call a sketch. Okay, so we can do a sketch. Okay. A sketch. Okay. All right. Okay, so we are saying this is a quadrilateral. So what you can do is you can draw a polygon with 4 sides like that. All right. So we've been told that we are dealing with a quadrilateral that has got 2 angles. You have angle Q and angle R. Alright? So what you can do is you can say, maybe let this be my Q. Alright? And this is your R. Okay, so simply means now we are going to say, since this is quadrilateral PQRS, meaning that you need to have P here, right? So then I've got PQRS. So you have P here, this is Q, this is R, and this is our S. Okay? So now we are saying angle, take note, angle, or we can start with this one, QR is 6, PQR is 90, so this one should be 90 degrees, alright? Then QRS should be 120 degrees. Then RS should be 7 centimeters. PQ should be 10 meters. All right, this is the information that we have. So we have to now start the construction, start the actual, we draw the actual diagram. Okay, so that we are going to have. So the first thing that you need to draw is the line PQ, all right? Now line PQ is 6 centimeters, all right? Line PQ is 60 centimeters. Okay, let me just realign my paper nicely. So I can use this. Okay, so if I start from here, from 6, can go all the way, because this is like okay, I've started to use this ruler. Maybe let me start from here. So I'll go all the way. This is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 up to here. Okay, so this is what I have. I'll call this Q and this will be called R. Okay, then the next thing that we need to do is to measure the angle. We know angle RQP is 90 degrees, so I'll measure 90 degrees. This one should be the other way around. So you measure your 90 degrees, take your time. So my 90 degrees somewhere here. I'll just put a dot to take note of the 90 degrees. Then what is key here is the length, right? From Q to P, it is 10 centimeters. So you measure 10 centimeters with a protractor. Of course, you can use a pencil. I'm doing this so that it is visible. Okay. So I can start from 1 so that I go all the way to 11. From 1, I'll extend this to 11. So it means this is 10. Okay. Then come and hold your compass at, you put your compass at point Q. Okay. Okay. Take note, this has to be a bit stable. You have to tie it. Okay. So after measuring, I was tying the compass so that it's not moving. The position shouldn't change. So again, it has moved. Okay, so you can okay, this is the arc. So you can realign this point to the arc. Okay. Okay, so it means it has to be at 90 degrees but up to the arc. So this is where actually you can even draw it. So this one is our P. Alright, so we say this is 10 centimeters and this is 6 centimeters. That this angle is 90 degrees. Alright, so that is the case. Then we measure 120 with a protractor. Okay, so the 120 should be measured from point R, this one. So you start from the 0 mark, alright, you go all the way, and 120 is here. Okay, so you put your 120 right here outside, you put a dot, then come to the length. The length should be 7. So again, you're going to use this, okay, a ruler. Alright, so you measure 7, meaning that if you start from 1, you can extend your compass to 8, which gives us 7. We can start from 0. Okay. Upon doing that, I'll go here, put your compass at the R, okay, then you just do an arc here. I think this is sufficient. So you connect now a line from R to the arc, passing through the angle. Okay. Alright. I think this was not very. I should go up to here. Alright, so this one becomes the S. This one becomes the S, and we know that this angle is 120 degrees. This is 70 centimeters. Alright? Then you can join direct this one. Okay, so with that, it means this one has been answered. That is 5A. So this is question 5A1. All right. Then we can now look at the next question. Measure and write down the size of angle QPS. QPH, this angle, it doesn't matter the angle that you are dealing with, you can still measure it. Okay, so what I'll do, I'll put this point at this mark, at this point, then it has to be here. Okay, you realign it like that, then you're going to move from the 0 mark up to there. Okay, so you realize that this is 0, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, and that is 70. This is 60, that is 70. Okay, so take note, this is like 65, 66, and that is 67. Okay, so this is our angle here. We have 67. So you can even write it here to say 67 degrees, or you say Roman numeral 2 is 67 degrees. Okay, then we go to the part B. Okay, on the same diagram, or on your diagram, draw the locus of points within this quadrilateral which are 8 centimeters from R. Alright, so look at R here, 8 centimeters from this point. So you measure 8 with a ruler. Measure 8 with a ruler. So I can start from 1 and go all the way up to 9. You give me 8 because, yeah. Alright, so I'll go to R here, hold the compass, just create an arc. It has to be within the triangle, but make sure that these are visible. Okay, and that is your answer. Okay, so you can indicate that this is B Roman numeral 1. Okay, then we go to the next question. Equidistant from R and S. Take note there are 2 points, so you bisect the line RS, which is this one. Okay, and how do you bisect a line? We said in one of our videos, you open your compass to more than half, like this. Create an arc. You can create an arc here, even outside. Okay, then you shift your compass to S. Don't tamper with the length or the radius. Then you come down here. Okay, let them intersect somewhere. So here they're intersecting at these 2 points. Okay, so you draw a line. Okay, so you're going to draw a line like that. From here, you can even do dotted lines because they are not needed. And from here, you draw all the way up to the end here. Okay, all right. And it means this one is B Roman numeral 2. Okay, then we go to the third one. What is question 3? Equidistant from PS and RS. So here what is common is the S. Take note, so you bisect the S. You bisect S. Okay, and in this case this is the S. So you open your compass to any radius of your choice, as long as that radius is reasonable. Okay, so let me just reduce it a bit. Okay, so come here. So you create arcs here, then here you move this side. Here they are intersecting. So at this point of intersection, you note it, then you draw a line passing through it. All right. So all the way. Okay, it means you have bisected that angle there. Okay, so you can note can indicate this as B Roman numeral 3. Yeah. Then I think the job is almost done. Then I want us to read together. Okay. Okay. I hope it is clear. Okay, so all right, we are saying point X within triangle PQRS is such that it is less than or equal to 8 centimeters from R. Now, if we talk about 8 centimeters from R, it is this one. So it must derive from here, from this, all right, here, because this is our R. Okay, so it is less or equal to 8 centimeters from us. So from here coming down, that is where this point should lie. All right. So we know it has to come down nearer to S than R. What brings about that? It is this one. Okay. So when you are moving from here going there, you're going to S, and that is the R. So this point we said it has to be down here and closer to S. All right. Again, nearer to PS. This is from here going. This is there's a bisector here. From the bisector, we're going to PS. From this bisector, we're going to RS. But this point should be nearer to PS than RS, meaning that it has to be this side here. Okay. 1, we said it has to be below here. 2, we said it has to be nearer to S, meaning that this side. All right. And again, it must be this side, not here. So this is our area. Okay. Okay. So that is our area. Okay. That's that for question 5. We go to question 6. All right. So we are saying in question 6a, in the diagram below, O is the midpoint. I mean, Q is the midpoint, all right, of O C. Okay. And OABP is a straight line. OABP is a straight line. With the OA that is equal to AB that is equal to BP. All right. Now, OA is Q. All right. Then QC, OQ, sorry. OQ is, we are saying OA is the 2P. Then OQ is the Q. All right. Okay. If that's the case, this is A, Roman numeral 1. Expressed in terms of P and OQ, OB, vector OB. All right? You want to move from O to what? To B. Look, we are saying OA is equal to this one. Meaning that this is also 2P. All right? So to find OB, we'll say this is equal to OA plus AB. All right. What is the OA? OA is 2P. All right. What is AB? 2P. Okay. What is the answer? 4P. That's the answer there. All right. Then we go to 2. Roman numeral 2. BC. B from B to C. So want to find vector B, C. How do we get it? You can move from B to O to C. So say this is BC plus BO. Take note, this is supposed to be BO plus OC. All right. What is the BO? BO is the opposite of OB. So here it will be negative 4P because OB is 4P, but BO is the opposite. Say plus, we are saying OC. All right. OC. Take note, we have been told that Q is the midpoint of OC, meaning that this one is also Q. So say Q plus Q is equal to 2Q. All right. Then we go to Roman numeral 3. Okay, so we are going to say AQ from A to Q. We'll say AO plus OQ is equal to, what is the AO? AO, you are going against the direction, so it will be negative 2P plus, what is the OQ? OQ is the Q, and that is your answer. Alright, then we go to Roman numeral 4, which is what? CP. From C to P. How do we move? We can move from C to B, B to P, or from C to A to P. All right. So now we are going to say CP. We'll say this should be C from C to B plus B to P. All right. We know that this vector, this one and that one, the last one here, are the same. All right, so we want to move from C to B, B to P. Meaning that this is 2P. Okay. All right, so we are going to say, do we have BC? Yes, we have BC. But as we are looking for CB, so this is the negative of BC. What is BC? BC is this one. So it's the negative of what? Negative 4P plus 2Q plus, what is our BP? BP is 12P. No, 2P. 2P. Alright? So CP is simply, when you multiply here, I've got negative 4P minus 2Q plus 2P. Here, when you group the terms, you have negative 4P plus 2P minus 2Q. What is the answer? Negative 4P plus that. Just deal with the number. So it will be negative 2P minus minus 2Q. Okay. All right. Okay, so here, remember, there was a negative here, so negative is supposed to be plus. This is that supposed to be minus. This is okay, so here is supposed to be plus. So when you add 4P to that to 2P, you get 6P positive. So it's supposed to be 6P minus 2Q. Okay? All right. Okay, so let's deal with question 6B. Okay, so let's say 6B now. Okay, so this is the 6B. The gradient function. So by gradient function we mean dy dx. So dy dx of a curve is 3x plus 2. Okay. Find the equation of the curve if it passes through the point. The point here is 0, what? 2. So we want to find the equation. Now, if you have been given the gradient function, to find the equation, you integrate. Right? You integrate. So we integrate this with respect to x. Even here we integrate 3x plus 2, everything with respect to what? X. Alright? Now, when we integrate this, we will remain with y here is equal to, here there's 1, so it will be 3x the power, there is 1 here, I can even put here 1, here it's like there's 0, x to the power 0. So when you add 1 here, it will be 2. So there will be 2 here, then you divide everything by 2, plus, since we are saying there's a 0, because, look, you have 2x to the power 0, this is the same as what? Just the 2, alright? So now, if there is a 0, you add 1. So 0 plus 1 to be 1. So here it will be 2x to the power 1 over 1, which will be 2x. Now, because this is an indefinite integral, we put an arbitrary constant. Then, our job is to find this. We are going to say, what is our x here? Our x is 0. So say y. Again, what is our y? Our y is 2. So you put 2 here so that we find c. We want the actual equation, not the equation in general terms. If you put c, this is the equation in general terms. Alright? So you say 2 is equal to 3 over 2 x to the power 0 plus 2 here by 0 plus what? See, now observe here, this is 0, this is 0, alright? Because you are multiplying, then c will be equal to what? 2. So we are saying this implies that, or therefore, c is equal to 2. Then our equation will be y is equal to 3x squared over 2 plus, alright? 2x plus c, instead of a c we say 2. This is our answer. Alright? That is our answer. Okay. That's that. We go to next question. Okay, so we are done with the paper 1. We can go to, I mean section A. We can go to section B. Section B has 48 marks. We are saying answer any 4 questions in this section. Each question in this section carries 12 marks. Okay? Question 7. Study the diagram below and answer the questions that follow. Okay, so you have got this. If you don't mind, you can get your graph paper and try to put this on the graph paper first. Okay? Alright, put that on your graph paper. Then A. Triangle PQR is mapped onto triangle LMN by a single transformation. Describe this transformation fully. So this triangle is mapped onto this one, alright, by a single transformation. Now, we need to describe it. How? We need to identify the kind of a transformation that has taken place. So, this is mapped onto this one, meaning that this has come here, this one is come here, this one has come here, this one has come here, this one has come here, and this one has come here, and this one has come here. It simply means, alright, this is a rotation. Okay? Now, for us to describe fully a rotation, we need to give the angle of rotation as well as the center. Alright? So the first thing that we need to find is the center of rotation. So what we can do is identify 2 points from the object and 2 points from the image, that is corresponding points. So we can say this, you can draw a line up to here, alright? Because this is mapped onto this one. So you bisect that line. Okay, so come here, try to bisect the line. Alright? Okay, so you bisect the line. So I've got that kind of a line. Then you can come here and even here so that they meet. So here where they are meeting, take note, and this one You get your ruler and join. Okay? You join. Then you can choose another pair, maybe this one and this one, Q and the M. Okay? But for this one, you may not need to draw a line because it is already visible. So you can just say, okay, let me open my compass to more than half. Okay, I think this is more than half. You can do an arc. Then you shift your compass to Q. Okay. Hope we are seeing where they're meeting. Here and there. At this point and this point. So when you draw a line again, when you draw a line, it will lie on the x-axis. So this line and that line, they are meeting here. It means this is our center. Now we have to find the coordinates of this center here. What are the coordinates? This is the origin, 0, 0. So we are going to say so you say 1, it's the rotation. Okay? You write in full, say rotation. Then you give the center. Say center is 0, 0. Then you must give the angle. Okay? How do you give the angle? You join this point to the center and the corresponding point to the center. Okay? Okay. Then you also join this one to the center. Okay. So when you look at this angle, even if you were to measure it, the angle is 90 degrees. Now, that is, it is 90 degrees if you are starting from here coming down. Coming down, it will be 90 degrees. So, it will be 90 degrees. Alright? So, you are saying angle is 90 degrees and clockwise. And clockwise. Alright? Or you can say it is 270 degrees clockwise. That is, if you are talking about clockwise, you move from here, coming here, it will be 270. Okay. B. An enlargement maps trapezium A, B, C, D onto trapezium A1, B1, C1, and D1. Find the center of enlargement and scale factor. Alright. So this trapezium is mapped onto this one. So can we find the center of enlargement and the scale factor? Alright. So this is a very simple question. Actually, you need to celebrate when you find these things. So how do you find the center of an enlargement? You identify 2 points. The first one, maybe this one, and the corresponding side for the image. Then you can go to B maybe and its image. You join them. Okay? So I will say, let me join this A image to A. Okay? Join this. What do I get? Try to join them. Okay? Then you take note of this line that you have created. Then you must join maybe B and its image. Look at where the lines are taking you. Okay, so when you join that, they'll take you to the image here. I mean, they'll take you to the origin. Alright? So it means the center here, the center of enlargement is the origin also. So B, we'll say B, center is the origin, 0, 0. Okay? Then the scale factor and scale factor. Take note. a scale factor. So we say scale factor. Sometimes instead of writing this, sometimes we would use K. Scale factor is equal to, now how do you get that? Now, because the center is outside, the center is here, it's outside these objects, then the scale factor should be positive. But how are you going to do it? You can find maybe this distance, D1, you say D1 to C1, all right? Divided by maybe D to C. Okay, so I'll say my scale factor is equal to, that is image length over object length. You can even use this one to this one, doesn't matter. So you know that this is 4 and this is 8. So this is 2, 4, all right? So you are going to write 4 here over, look at this one, from there up to there it is 2. So you have got 2 here. And what's the answer? The answer is 2. Why? Because the center is outside. Hence, the scale factor should be a positive. Then we go to what? C. What is C? C. A transformation with this matrix maps triangle PQR onto XYZ. Alright? Onto XYZ. Not drawn on the diagram. So this is not on the diagram. Okay? Find the coordinates of X, Y, and Z. So we map this onto this triangle, all right, and produce this. What are the coordinates for this one? So what we are going to do is, we'll say the given matrix, what is the given matrix? Okay, 1, 0, 0, negative 3. You multiply this by the object. In this case, our object is what? PQR. Alright? What is PQ? PQR. Okay, PQR. So you must find the coordinates for P. This is negative 2, 1 here. Right? So you have negative 2, 1. PQ, we go to Q, negative 4, 4. Negative 4, 4. Then you have negative 6, 2. Negative 6, 2. We need to multiply this and see what we are going to get. Okay. So you are going to say, what is 1? Look. Here you can use a very simple way of multiplying. Look. There is 1 here and a 0. What it means that you multiply this one by all the numbers here. So when you multiply 1 by that, you have negative 2. 1 by negative 4, you have negative 4. 1 by negative 6, you have negative 6. You are done on top. Why? Because there is a 0. You don't need the 0. Again, here because there is 0, ignore the numbers on top. Just deal with this one. Negative 3 by 1, negative 3. Negative 3 by 4, negative 12. Then negative 3 by 2, negative 6. These are the coordinates. Okay? Simply means the coordinates for x, you're going to say x are negative 2, negative 3. For y are negative 4, negative 12. Then for z, you're going to say negative 6, negative 6. Okay, so this one is our answer. Okay, then we go to D. Okay, all right. So triangle LMN is mapped onto triangle L1, M1, and N1 by a shear. All right, by a shear. Okay. Find the matrix of the shear and the shear factor. Okay, so here we can use two methods. You can say, if I multiply the matrix that I'm looking for, here we get the matrix of shear. If I multiply the matrix that I'm looking for alright, by the object, which is the L, M, and N. Here you put the coordinates, alright. The answer should be L1, M1, and N1. What are the coordinates for these? Okay, so we must get this, alright. When I multiply this by the unknown matrix by the object, I get the image. Now, what are the coordinates of these? You get them from here. Like L, -1, -2, which is this one. M, -4, -4, which is this. Then N is -2, -6. Then this one is what? This is 3, -2, this one. Then you have this is 4, -4. Then this one, this is 10, -6. You multiply this, okay? You're going to say row by column. This time that is -A minus this time that 2B, alright? This by that -4A, this by that minus 4B, this by that -2A minus this by that 6B, okay? Then you come here, this by that -C, D by that -2D, C by that -4C, D by that -4D, this by that -2C, this by that -6D, alright? Here the answer is equal to 3, -2, 4, -4, 10, -6. Okay, so you can choose what we want now. You form an equation. Say -A minus 2B. The answer is equal to the first one. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. So it's equal to 3. Then you can go to this one. -4A minus 4B is equal to 4. Alright? Then you can come to this one. You can get two equations. -C minus 2D is equal to -2. Then -4C minus 4D is equal to -4. So we solve these, okay? We solve these equations, okay? Okay, so you can say, maybe I deal with this one, -A minus 2B is equal to 3. You say, okay, maybe I get rid of a negative, -1, -1, -1. This is A plus 2B is equal to -3. You make A the subject, so A will be equal to -3 minus 2B. This is what you've created, okay? Meaning that in here where there is A, we put this one. So we have -4, open the bracket, -3 minus 2B minus 4B. I'm using this is equal to 4, okay? So you multiply this. Actually, because there's a 4 here and there's a 4 there, I can even divide by maybe you divide by -4, divide by -4, divide by -4. This and this will cancel to be positive, so -3 minus 2B negative to be positive. B is equal to, this into that is -1. Alright? So we are going to say -2B plus B, -1 plus 3. Okay? So -2B plus B to be -B is equal to 2. Divide by -1 by -1. So my B is equal to what? -2. Then you say, okay, what is my A? So I'll say A is equal to -3 minus 2B. So my A is -3 minus 2. What is my B? My B is -2. Alright? So A is -3 plus 4. So A is equal to 1. Alright, so I found A and B. So I go ahead and use this to find C and D. So I'll say -C minus 2D is equal to -2 using this one. Alright, so you can divide by negative throughout. So -1, negative 1, negative 1, C plus 2B is equal to negative 2. Okay, so my C is equal to 2 minus 2B. This is what I've created. Okay, so you can come here and say, all right, in here, negative 4, where there is C here, my C is 2 minus 2B. All right, minus 4D is equal to negative 4. We can divide by negative 4, by negative 4, by negative 4. 2 minus 2B is equal to, take note, take note here, please, this is not B but D, okay, D, this one, so this should be D and this should be D. Okay, so I have D here. Let me just write this into that. You cancel them, so I've got 2 minus 2D. This will be plus D is equal to 1. So we'll say negative 2D plus D is equal to 1, right, minus 2. Okay, so this will be negative D is equal to negative 1. Divided by negative, so D is equal to 1. What is my C? I will say this is D. So we said C is equal to 2 minus 2D. So C is equal to 2 minus 2, 1. C is equal to 2 minus 2, which is what? 0. So we've said A is equal to, we got A to be what? To be 1. We got A to be 1, take note. B is this one, C is this one, and D is this. So A is 1, B is negative 2, C is 0, D is what? D is 1. And we said our matrix should be A, B, C, and D. Alright, so what is our A? 1. Negative 2. C is what? 0. And this is 1. So this is our matrix. The second method is where you just confirm on your, confirm the matrix. Confirm the invariant line. Alright? Then apply the matrix for a shear, identify the invariant line and the scale factor. Alright, then apply the matrix for a shear. You can attempt that one. Go to the next question. Okay, actually this was the Roman numeral 1. So for Roman numeral 2, here what they are saying, find the shear factor. Alright? Okay, so the shear factor here, you say shear factor is the negative 2. The same one that is here. So you've killed 2 birds with 1 stone. Alright? Okay, so we can go to the next question. Okay, let's look at question 8. We are saying the frequency table below shows the marked distribution of 30 learners in a mathematics test. Alright, we have got this one. A, calculate the standard deviation. When you're answering, you don't write it on the answer. So we have got A, let me say 8A. We want to get the standard deviation. Now, to get the standard deviation, there are a lot of formulas that you can use. Alright? Now, this is the formula that we are going to use for finding standard deviation. Okay? So we are saying the formula is always given. We are saying this is equal to summation of f x minus x bar squared over summation of f and everything we get the root. And now, how to get x bar? Summation of f of x over summation of f. Okay. Now, what we are going to do is we are going to say what is x here? X is the midpoint. Now, how do you get the midpoint? You say for each class, let's say 10, all right? 10 to 15. You're going to say 10. You're going to say 10 plus 15. The answer is 25 divided by 2. So it means the midpoint for this one, you can even write here, is 12.5. All right? We are saying 10 plus 15, get 25. You divided by 2, you get that. Then the next one is 15 plus 20 equals 35 divided by 2. What do you get? 17.5. The next one is 20 plus 25, 45. Divide this by 2. What do we get? 22. So we have 22.5. The next one is 25 plus 30, 55 divided by 2, 27.5. So here I have 27.5. The next one is 30 plus 35. Answer you divided by 2, 32.5. The next one is 35 plus 40. Answer you divided by 2, 37.5. The next one is 40 plus 45 divided by 2. What do we get? 42.5. The next one is 45 plus 50. You divide this by 2. What do we get? 47.5. That is our midpoint. Now, to get we can get the mean first, which is summation of f by x. Okay? So here you'll be saying, what is my f? Your f is the frequency. So you say 2 times 12.5 plus 3 by 17.5 plus 3 by 22.5 plus 5 by 27.5 plus 6 by 32.5. Okay? Plus 6, another 6, there is 6 here, and another 6, 6 by take note, this is 32.5 and this is 37.5 plus 3 by 42.5, all right, plus 2 by 47.5. Okay. Then you divide this by the total. What is the total? You add this, and once you add, you get 30. All right. Then you get your calculator. You work it out. You work it out. Okay. You are going to say 2. You say open the bracket. 2 times 12.5 close plus everything here. All right. So when I add everything on top here, I'm getting, you can see on my calculator, 925. You divide this by 30. You just say this divided by 30. Okay. So you have got x bar is equal to 30.8 3, 3, 3, 2, 4, 6. This is what we are getting. Alright, so you can even round off this to even 3 significant figures. So 30.3 this is what we are going to have, the first one. Then we need now to find the standard deviation here. Standard deviation is equal to f. So here, this is my frequency. So I'll say 2, open bracket, x. What is my x? Is 12.5, then squared, plus. Now take note. So when you follow the formula, we are saying it is f, open bracket, x minus x squared, x bar squared. So we'll say, what is my f? It's this one, 2. Open the bracket. What is my x? 12.5. Minus, what is my mean? 30.8. 30.8 squared. We do the same. Plus 3 is my frequency. Open the bracket. 17.5 minus 30.8 squared. Plus another 3 here. 3, open bracket, 22.5 minus x mean, x bar is 30.8 squared. Alright? Plus, the next one is 5. Open the bracket, 22.7 minus 30.8 squared. Plus, the next one is 6. Open the bracket, I'm here now. 32.5 minus 30.8. Alright? Squared. Plus 6, open bracket, 37.5 minus 30.8 squared. Then plus 3, open the bracket, 42.5 minus 30.8 squared. Plus 2, open the bracket, 47.5 squared. Here's 2, open bracket, 47.5 minus 30.80. Here you can close, squared. Everything here we divided by what? The frequency. And what is our frequency? 100. So here just a matter of punching on a calculator. How? You're going to say, I'll just do 1, then you should be able to follow the pattern. 2, open the bracket. Alright? You have 12.5 minus 30.8. This should be squared. Then you say plus 3, open, the way it is, you will just keep on punching. Okay? Alright? Alright, so when we add, the total is 2716.7 divided by 30. Alright, so we divide this by, remember, we need, here there's a root here, right? This is a square root, so here it is a square root, right? So we divide this by 30. What we get? Okay, this is what we are getting. So this is what we are getting, but we can punch direct the square root. Okay, we say square root. This is what we are getting, 9.51 9.51 612 6663. But we give our answer correct to 3 significant figures. So you have got 1, 2, 3. You cut here, consider this one as the 1 plus that 2. So you have 9.52. Okay. Okay, so this is how you get your 6 marks. Okay, so we go to the next question. We go to the next question, B. So you're supposed to write the question number here, which is question 8. So you say question 8b now. Okay, we are saying, using the information in the table above, copy and complete the relative cumulative frequency. Okay, so what we are going to do is we create a table. Like the one that they have given us. Okay, so we are saying the first thing is it's marks, right? Then we have number of learners. Then we have relative cumulative frequency. And we have got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So 1, 2, 3, 6, 7, 8. So we can have this. Okay, so you have less or equal to 15, less or equal to 20, less or equal to 25, less or equal to 30, less or equal to 35, less or equal to 40, less or equal to 45, less or equal to 50. Here there's 2, 5, 8, 13, 19, 25, 28, 30, 0.07, 0.17, 0.27, 0.43. Now, how are they getting this? When you divide like 2 by 30, you're going to get this one. Of course, you round it off to 2 decimal places. All right? So when you divide this by that, you get this one, which is rounded off. Now, to find what is missing, here there's 1. But 30 divided by 30, you get a 1. So you say 19 divided by 30. You're going to get 0.6333 something. So you cut it to 2 decimal place. So you get 0.63. So here is supposed to be 0.63. Alright? Following that process, here there will be 0.83. Here there will be 0.93. It means this one is done. Okay? Then we go to Roman numeral 2. Okay. Using a scale of 2 centimeters to represent 5 marks on the axis. Okay. So it's supposed to be on the x-axis. For 15, so you have to start from 15. You might have your graph paper like that, so you can draw a line here. Okay, so we can say maybe even the y-axis. Alright, so here you say 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50. Take note that the x-axis is for the marks, so you can say marks. Alright? On this side, this is x, Then the y-axis is the relative cumulative frequency. So here you can say relative cumulative frequency. Okay, this is the y-axis. So now, when plotting, here on the x-axis, on the y-axis is 2 to 0.1, meaning that this is the 0.1, 0.2, 0.3, 0.4, 0.5, 0.6, 0.7, 0.8, 0.9, then there's 1 here. Okay? So now, when plotting, we'll be plotting the marks and this one. Okay? So we'll be saying, take note, this is not 15, so we can even do this here. We can even do this to show that we are starting from 15. Alright, so it's 15,0.7. Alright? So 15, this is 0.1. We are interested in 0.07. Meaning that you just count 7 lines from here. This is 0.07. From here, just count 7 lines. Alright? So you say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 here. The next one is 20,0.17. So we count 17 lines. This is 10. Alright? This is like 19, 18, 17 lines will be here. Then the next one is 0.27. Alright, so 27 lines. This is like 20 lines from here. These are 10, 20. We need 27. This is like 9, 8, 7 here. The next one is 30,0.43. So 4, 1, 2, 3 here, 43 here. The next one is 35,0.63. Okay, this is 6, 1, 2, 3. Add just 3 lines. The next one is 40,0.83. So this is 0.83. You count 3 lines. 1, 2, 3. Alright, then 45,0.93. This is 9, 1, 2, 3 here. Then 50,1, this point. So what you do is now you draw a smooth curve, alright, from this point. Okay, so we are supposed to draw something like that. Oh yeah, we've missed it. Okay, so all the way up to here. Alright, this is something that we are supposed to draw. Okay, and this is what we are supposed to do. Then we go to the last one. Alright, so we go to the last one. Showing your method clearly, use your graph to estimate the semi-interquartile range. Okay, we are going to say, to find the semi-interquartile range, we can even write it here. I hope we will have enough space, or here. So we say semi-interquartile range is equal to upper quartile, which is Q3, minus lower quartile, which is Q1 over 2. Okay? Now, we need to find Q3, alright, and Q1. So, to get this one, you are going to say 1 over 2 times the total cumulative, relative cumulative frequency is a 1 here, times 1. You're going to get 0.5. Alright? Now this is not the answer. We'll come here and identify 0.5. Okay. This is 0.5 here. Where are we meeting the line? At this point. So you have to come down here and check. Here you check. You have this point. Alright? Now, take note that from here to there, there's a difference of 555. So now, what you are going to do is, each line here, each line, what is each line? From there to there it is 5, right? Alright? The difference is 5, but there are 10 lines in between, so you're going to divide by 10. What is the answer? So, it means each is a 0.5, so 0.51, 1.52, that's what we are saying. So meaning that if you are here, if this is 30.5, 31, 31.5, 32, or you can say 1, 2, 3, 4. 0.5 by 4, what is the answer? 32. 32 plus this one, I mean 2 plus that, plus 35, what do we get? 37. Oh, actually it's supposed to be 32, take note. This is 30. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, right? So say 4 by each is a 0.5, which is 2. 2 plus 30, that is 32, alright? Or 30.5, 31, 31.5, 32, okay? So here now, our actual Q3 is 32. Please take note. What we have found here is Q1. We need to find Q3. Q3, this is Q2, sorry. Q3, take note, is 3 over 4 times n. Okay? And in this case, we say our n is 1. So say 3 over 4 times 1. Alright? That's what we need after we had gone somewhere else. So we'll say 3 divided by 4. What is the answer? Times 1. We have got 0.75. Okay? 0.75. I'll come here. This is 6, 7, 8. So I'll count 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 here at this point. Then come this side. You find, not until I find the graph. Okay, this is where we are meeting the graph at this point. Alright? So now you come down here and check. Okay, so take note where we are meeting the graph here. So you come down here and check. So from the point here up to this point. Alright, so this is 35. You have 35.5, 36, 36.5, 37, 37.5, 38. So Q3 is 38. What is Q1? Take note. Q1 is 1 over 4 times n. 1 over 4 times 1, which is 0.25. Alright? 0.25. Okay. Now you come here and go to 0.25. Okay? So now you're going to go to 0.25. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Here. You meet the line here, then come down. Okay, this point. What is this point? This is 20, 20.5, 21, 21.5, 22, 22.5, 23, 23.5, 24. Okay, so we have found that Q1 is equal to 24. Meaning that we say semi-interquartile range is equal to 38 minus 24 over 2. Alright? So we are going to say 38 minus 24 divided by what? 2. The answer is 7. So here you say the answer is 7, and that is your answer. So that's how you deal with these things. Okay? Alright, so get the upper quartile, say 3 over 4 times 1. What do you get? 0.75. Okay? You get 0.75, you go to 0.75, not until you meet the graph, come down here, you find the value. Then the lower quartile is 1 over 4 times n. Our n is 1. 1 over 4 times 1 is 0.25. Then you come to 0.25 here, meet the line, come down. Okay? Okay, so we are saying the diagram below shows the positions of guava, that is guava tree, orange tree, and lemon tree on a farm. Okay, as you are able to see there. Alright? Now, calculate angle OGL. OGL. Alright? So now, for us to calculate this angle, because the side has not been given, we can try to calculate this one first. Alright? So we are going to do that by using the sine rule. We'll say this is A, Roman numeral 1. We'll say O over sine O should be equal to this side that we have been given. L over sine L. After this should be small letters. So we are going to say, what is our O? 10.1 over sine O is equal to, our L is 14.2 over sine 40 degrees. Now, to get O, we are going to say sine O is equal to sine 40 degrees by 10.1 divided by 14.2. Alright? Okay? Now, we are going to use a calculator to find this one. So, see what we are going to do here. Right? We'll say sine 40 times 10.1. What do we get? This is the answer, isn't it? Alright? Now, this answer should be divided by 14.2. What do you get? This one. Now, to find this is the answer. Now, to find the angle here, O, you need to find the inverse of this one. So just introduce here, say shift sine. What are you getting? You are getting 20, you have 27.20618941. You give this correct to one decimal place, so it will be here. You cut here and consider this as 0. So you have 27.2. So what that means is that this angle here is 27.2. But now they want angle OGL, this one. How do we get it? We'll say, therefore, angle OGL is equal to, angles in a triangle add up to 180. So say 180 minus the two angles, 40 plus this one. 40 plus 27.2. Alright, what do we get? Get your calculator. 180 minus 40 plus 27.2. 27.2. What do we get? This is our answer. 112.80 degrees. Then you get your 5V marks. Alright? Then we go to Roman numeral 2. Okay, what is Roman numeral 2? The area of the triangle. So now, For us to find the area of the triangle, we look at the two sides that we've been given. In this case, we've said this is the 112.8. All right? So that's what we are going to use to find the area. So say area is equal to, which two sides have we been given? 110. So I'll say, you start by writing the formula half times. When you look at this side O and the L. So times O times L times sine G of angle G. So this is half times 10.1 by 14.2 by sine 1128. There's a point here. Then you get a calculator, all right? And say half is 0.5. So 0.5 by 10.1 by 14.2 by sine 112.8. All right? What do we get? This is the answer. So we are going to say area is equal to 66.1 square meters. Collect to three significant figures. All right? Then we go to 3. We want the shortest distance from L. Okay, so maybe from here, so that you create a 90 degrees somewhere there. So we want that shortest distance from L to OG. So the formula for finding that is H is equal to A over what? Your base. In this case, since we are starting from here, coming here, your base is this one, right? Your area is the one that we have found. So say 2 open bracket 61.1 divided by our base will be 14.2, right? Then get your calculator. We want to say 2 open bracket 66.1 by 14.2. Take note here. This should be the case. Then say equals divided by 14.2. What do we get? We round it off to 3 decimal places. I mean 3 significant figures, so it will be 9.31 meters. You cut your calculator, I mean your number here. 1, 2, 3, you cut. Consider this one as 1. 1 plus that 3. This one is your answer. All right? B. Solve the equation. All right? B. What are we solving? 5 cos theta is equal to 3. Okay, the range is from 0 to 180. So we divide this by 5 by 5. All right, then we have cos theta is 3.5. But now 3 over 5, we get alpha. So say cos alpha is 3 over 5. Therefore, alpha alone is cos inverse of 3 over 5. All right? So you do the same. Get your calculator. Say shift cos of what? 3 divided by 5. What do you get? This is 53.1. The 3.1 degrees. Now, you look at the sign here. This is positive. This is positive here. All right? Then you say, in which quadrant is the cos positive? Is the positive in the first and fourth quadrant. But now, if you talk about the fourth quadrant, it means you're talking about even up to 360. But the limit is 180, meaning that this is the only answer. So alpha, theta is 53.1 degrees. All right? Then we go to C, where we are told to simplify. To simplify, What are we simplifying? Nine. All right, m to the power 3 n squared over 20p squared q to the power 3. So here you can say let's multiply. All right, there's a division, but you multiply, but you swap the fraction. So it will be 20p squared q to the power 3 over 33 m to the power 4 and the n. Now this here 20 and 20 is 1. Here it is 2. P squared and p squared will cancel. Q to the power 3 and the q to the power 3, they will cancel. Alright? So now 33 here 1, 33 here it is 3. What do we have? Let me rewrite. We have got 3 m to the power 3 n squared over 1 times 2 over m to the power 4 n. All right? Here 3 to the power 3, here 1, here there will just be m. M here 1, n here 1, n here there will be n. So what do we have? 3 times n, 3n over 1 times 2 over m. When you multiply this is 6n over m. This is the answer. Alright? Question 10. The diagram below shows 3 points PQ and R on the surface of the earth. Alright? As we have been given. Okay, so the first one, A here. Calculate the difference in longitude between P and Q. The longitude here is 55 plus the longitude here is 24 between P and the R. Okay, so here I've got 24. Why are we adding? These are on different sides. This is west and this is east. You add, and what you get? 79 degrees. All right. This is Roman numeral 1. Roman numeral 2. Given that the distance between P and Q, all right, how do you find this? If you were asked to find the distance, what are you going to say? In kilometers, say theta over 360 times 2 pi r cos what? X. Okay? So now, we've been told that the distance here is what? 4392.079611 kilometers is equal to theta over 360 degrees times 2 times, what is our pi? 3.142 times 6370 times cos x, which is the latitude here, the angle, right? Hence the question is saying find this. Okay, so how do we do it? To make our job easy, we can say everything here is over 1. Everything here is over 1. Okay? So what you can do is you cross multiply here. You cross multiply. Once you multiply this, even here you multiply. Okay? So once you multiply this, what do you get? So this is what we get. Alright? So what you are going to get. So you are going to say theta or cos x, then there is 4002908 is equal to, when you multiply this, what do you get? This is what we get. So we divide both sides by, this is cos, by 40029.08. Even here you have 40029.08. So this will cancel. So cos x is equal to So now we need to say shift cos of what? This number divided by that, okay? Alright, take note. Here we should have put the difference in longitude, which is 79. So here we can just multiply this by 79, right? Because you multiply this, right, by like a 1 here, then you multiply these two, okay? Right, so when you do that, here you get 60 degrees. So you actually, here there is 0.5, meaning that x is equal to cos inverse of 0.5. So what we are saying is that when you punch in 158114.8.66 divided by 429.08 by 79, what do we get? This is what we are going to get. Shift cos. Cos. So suppose say shift cos over 0.5, you get a 60 degrees. So here we have got 60 degrees. So now the difference, this is the difference in latitude. The difference in the longitude, actually. Take note. Okay, so it means this is 60 degrees. All right, that is 60 degrees. Okay, so that is our answer, or 60.0. All right, that's our answer. Roman numeral 3. So we have to calculate the distance QR. So QR, that is on this longitude. So we'll say this is theta over 360 times 2 pi r, because this is the longitude. This is equal to, so the difference now in the latitudes is this is 60 and that is 60. So we have 120 over 360 times 2 times 3.142 times 6370 k's. What do we get? Alright, so the answer will be QR is equal to 1343.02667 kilometers. But now we can give this correct to three significant figures. 1, 2, 3. You cut here and consider this one as 0. 0 plus that, 3. 13300 kilometers. Alright, that is the answer here. Okay, so we can deal with B now. What is B? The figure A, B, C, D, E, F, G, and H below is the first term of a pyramid. Alright? E, F, G, H, and A, B, C, D are squares of sides 80 and 12. The height is 3. So, given that the height of first term is 3, calculate its volume. So volume is equal to H over 3. A1 plus A2 plus the square root of A1 times A2. Alright? Okay, so V is equal to, what is our height? Our height is 3 over 3. What is the A1? The area of this square. We're going to say area of the square here is 8 squared, which is 64. Plus the base here has 12. 12 squared is 144. Plus the square root of 64 by 144. Okay. So now, how do you do this? You get your calculator and say 64 times 144. What do we get? That one. I find its square root. This is the answer. Plus 144 plus 64. Alright? What do we get? 304. But now, when you divide 3 into 3 is 1. 1 by 304. Your answer is, the volume is equal to 304. This is your answer. You get your 6 marks. Alright? And that ends equation 10. Okay, question 11. Answer the whole of this question on a sheet of graph paper. The variables x and y are connected by the equation. They'll say this is 1. Okay, this is A. I'm sure this should have been A. This is B, so this should have been A. Right? So these are connected by the equation y is equal to 3 minus 5x plus x squared plus x to the power 3. Right? Calculate the value of r. You look at where r is. This is r. X is negative 1. So we find y when x is negative 1. So I'll say r is equal to 3 minus 5 negative 1 plus negative 1 squared plus negative 1 to the power 3. So here you don't need to struggle. You can get your calculator. Right? You say 3 minus 5, open the bracket, negative 1, close, plus, open the bracket, negative 1 to the power 2, plus, open the bracket, negative 1, the power 3. What do you get? 8. So the answer here is 8. Okay, so let's go to the next one. Taking 2 centimeters to represent 1 unit on the x-axis from negative 3 to positive 3, and 2 centimeters represent 10 units on the y-axis from 0 to positive 13. Draw this graph. So here it is 2 to 1, so I've got 1, 2, 3. Negative 1, negative 2, negative 3. Alright, we can have our 0 here. So we have 10, 20, 30. That's what we've been taught. Alright? So now when plotting, when drawing what they are talking about, here, the first one is 0, negative 3. Negative 3, 0. X is 0 and negative 3, y is 0. So negative 3, 0. X is negative what? 3. Y is 0. Don't make any movement here. The next one is negative 2, 9. Negative 2, 9. This is 10, so 9 is here. Alright? Then you have negative 1, 8. Because r is 8. So negative 1, 8 here. Then 0, 3. 0, 1, 2, 3 here. Then we have 1, 0 here. Then 2, 5. 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Then we have 3, 24. This is 20, 21, 22, 23, 24 here. So these are the points that we need to connect. So we'll have a graph moving like from here, like that, like that, like that. You can even rotate your paper, like that, like that, like that. You have to curve. Alright, so this is the diagram. So you need to name this as y is equal to 3 minus 5x plus x squared plus x to the power 3. So we say for Roman numeral 2, refer to the graph of y is equal to 3 minus 5x plus x squared plus x to the power 3. Okay. We go to Roman numeral 3. Find the gradient of the curve at the point where x is equal to 2. Where is x is equal to 2 here at this point? What is the gradient? To find the gradient, we are just going to differentiate. To say dy dx is equal to, we differentiate this. This will go So when I differentiate this, I'll say 1 by 5, it will be 5. But because it will be 1, my 1 minus 1 will be 0, so they'll cancel. Plus, this by that, it will be 2x, we remove 1. The coefficient here is a 1. 3 by 1, it will be 3x squared. Now, we are saying, we are finding this gradient at x is equal to what? 2. So we put 2 here, so negative 5. Okay? Negative 5 plus 2, here we put 2. Plus 3, here we put 2 squared. What do we get? Negative 5 plus 2 open bracket, we put 2, plus 3 open bracket, we put 2 squared. Alright? Gradient is 11. This is the gradient. Alright? B. No, Roman, yeah, this was A under this one, then we go to B. The area bounded by the curve, which is this one, x is negative 3, meaning that this one, I can even draw the line here. Okay? Then x is negative 2. Okay, so we are saying this is x is equal to negative 3 and this is x is equal to negative 2. We have the curve. In the question, the conditions were not sufficient. They should have given another condition. Alright, maybe x axis. Okay, because like that it becomes very open. You can find any area up to this. Alright? But we can use the fact that there is it means you're not supposed to go beyond. You're supposed to start from 0. So this is the end point. So this is the area that you're supposed to get. All right. Okay. Now, when you look at this is like half. This is like half. When you check, it's like half of this. Now, what is the length? From here up to there it is 1. From there up to there it is what? 10. So you're going to say area is equal to half times. Now half of what? What is this box? This is 1 and that is 10. This is a rectangle. Actually, this is not 10. This is 9 here. So you're going to say this is 1 times 9. If you want, you can even say area of a triangle because maybe you're able to see it that way. Okay, so you're going to say 1 by 9 is 9. What is half of 9? 4.5 units to the power 2. We don't know the units. All right. Okay, then there is another question which you are supposed even to answer it in your answer booklet, this one. Okay, find the coordinates of stationary points on the curve. So I can just answer it here. This was an independent. It was not supposed to be done on the graph, but I can utilize that. Okay, y is equal to 2x to the power 3 minus 3x squared minus 12x plus 4. We want to find the stationary points. First we differentiate. Say dy dx is equal to 6x to the power 2 minus 6x minus what? 12. Alright? Now, this 6x squared minus 6x minus 12 must be equal to 0 at the stationary points. It means the gradient is 0 there. Alright? So you can divide by 6, you can divide by 6, you can divide by 6, you can divide by 6. So I've got x squared minus x plus 2. Now this is minus 2, sorry. Minus 2 is equal to what? 0. Okay. So here we can say, okay, let's get our product. Our product is negative 2. Our sum is negative 1. factors then should be negative 2 and 1. So you have x squared minus 2x plus x minus 2 is equal to 0. So I've got x minus 2, then you have 1, x minus 2 is equal to 0. So x plus 1, this is a plus, then x minus 2 is equal to 0. So x is equal to negative 1 and the x is equal to 2. Now we need to find the values of y. So I'm going to say y is equal to, using this, so 2 open bracket, what is our x? Negative 1. The power 3 negative 1 squared minus 12 negative 1 plus 4. Okay? So here you punch on a calculator. So here the answer will be 11. Then you do the same for y is equal to 2. You put 2 now. 2 to the power 3 minus 3. 2 to the power 2 minus 12. Here you put 2 plus 4. What do we get? Okay. So here we get negative 16. Simply means that the coordinates are negative 1, 11. Negative 1, 11. And 2, negative 16. 2, negative 16. Those are the coordinates of the stationary points, but you should have written this one on the answer booklet. Okay, we go to the next question. Alright, Menda intends to run a business of selling mineral water. He intends to order at least 10 small bottles and at most 60 large bottles of water. He decides to order at most 80 bottles of water altogether, and the number of large bottles he orders should be at least twice of small bottles. Okay? A. Given that X is the number of small bottles, alright? So we are saying X is the small bottles. So here you need to indicate that this is equation what? 12. Y is the large bottles. Alright? Okay. Now write four inequalities which represent these conditions. Okay, so we are dealing with the A here. The first one, we are saying this person, Menda, intends to run a business of selling mineral water. He intends to order at least 10 small bottles. Small bottles is denoted by X, so you say X. At least means greater or equal to 10. Alright? And at most 60 large bottles of water. Large bottles of water are denoted by Y. So Y is less or equal to 60. At most means that is the maximum. Alright? Then you have we have he decides to order at most 80 bottles of water altogether. Means that the total number of bottles of water should be at most 80, not more than 80. So you say X plus Y will be less or equal to should be less or equal to 80. Alright? Then the next inequality, the number of large bottles he orders, large bottles is Y. Alright, should be at least twice that of small bottles. That will be 2x. Okay, and these are the inequalities that you are done A. Then you come to B. Using a scale of 2 to 10, bottles on each axis, draw the x and y axis for this range from 0 to 80 and 0 to 80 for y, and shade the unwanted region. Okay, so this is how you are supposed to do your graph paper. So here you say small bottles of water, large bottles of water. This is 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80. Alright, even equally this side. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80. Alright? Okay, so this is the y-axis. Okay, so we are supposed to plot these. The first one is x is 10. Where is x is 10? This line. Now, because you are dealing with a solid line, so we are going to draw a solid line all the way. Okay, then you are going to say this is x is equal to what? 10. But how do I show the greater part? Come here. Between this one and this one, which one is greater? Here, this side, where there's 20. Or this is a 0. So you shade this one. Okay. Shade this one. Then the next one is y is less or equal to 60. So I'll go to the y-axis, locate the 60, which is this one. So because there's a bar, then I'll draw a solid line. Okay, but its equation is y is equal to 60. What will show that it is less, it is why you are going to shade. From here it is 70, from there coming down it is 50. So this one it is less. You cancel what is not correct, what is not true. Alright, you shade nicely. Okay, then the next one is x plus y is less or equal to 80. So what we can do is we can say if x is 0, what will be y? 80. So if x is 0, y is 80. So 0, 80 here. Alright? X is 0, y should be 8. Now if I say y is the one that is 0, x will be what? 80. Alright? So x will be 80 here, but y will be 0. So I have this point and this point. So you get a ruler and draw a line. Alright? What kind of a line? A solid line, because it is less or equal to. Okay, so you are going to name this as y plus x is equal to what? 80. What will show that it is less or equal to is the shading. So we are here. We want the less part. So from here coming down to the less here. From here coming down to the greater. So we shade the greater part. Okay, we are done with that one. We go to the next one. We are saying y is greater or equal to 2x. So we say if x is 0, all right, here, if you want, we can do a simple table of values for this one to make your job easy. Say x, y. If x is 0, what is y? All right. Then we can say if x maybe is maybe 40, all right? If x is 0, y will be 0 when you multiply. If x is 40, y will be 8. Okay, so we plot those 0, 0 here. All right? Then 40, 80, 40, 80 here. X is 40, come here. This point, then we draw a line. Again, we'll draw a solid line because of the bar. Okay, so you're going to name this as y is equal to x. Okay, now we want a side that is greater to be left. Now when you are moving from this point, from the origin, this side is greater, this side it is less, so you cancel this side. Hence, this is the region that we have. It has these points. That is the point. Okay. It means you have answered the first one. All right. Okay. C. The profit on the sale of a small bottle of mineral water is 1/4 50 ngwe, while each large bottle of mineral water profit is 2/4 50 ngwe. How many bottles of each type can be bought to maximize the profit? So here, for C, we use the objective function. So we are going to say profit is x comma y is equal to, now we are saying on each small bottle it is 1/4 50 ngwe. So 1/4 50 ngwe times x, plus on each bigger one is 2/4 50 ngwe times y. So now, what we are supposed to do is you pick the points here in these corners, this, and that. All right. For example, okay, so you have to use this objective function. Now, where do you get the profit? You come to the vertices, the corners here. What is the coordinate of this one? 10, 20. All right. This is the 10, 20. Take note. Okay, so you can pick here 10, 20. Then you can pick another point, which is this one, 20, 40. All right. Then you can come here and pick this one, which is 27, 54. Come and pick this one, which is 20, 60. Then you pick this one, which is 10, 60. Now, if you are going to put, you say here, take note. If you are going to say 10, open the bracket. I put 1.5, or I start with 1.5, 1.5. Open bracket. X is 10 here. You close plus 2.5 here. 2.5. Y is what? 60. Okay, what do we get? We get 165. So if you do on all these points, these are the answers that you are going to get. Take note, this is 65, 180, 175.5, 130, 165. All right. Now, where do we have the highest value? Here. This is where we have the highest value. That is the highest value, or that's where we have the maximum profit. All right. But what combination is giving us this? 20 small bottles and 60 large bottles. So here, where we are saying how many bottles of each type can be bought to maximize the profit, we are saying we need to buy 20 small bottles and 60 large bottles. All right. Then D. Hence, find this maximum profit. You have already found it here, which is 180. Say 180. All right. That's where we end for this presentation. Please, thank you so much. Keep on subscribing. All right, and sharing with your friends. Thank you.